Sunshines. I'm going to show you what to do for today's assignment since I can't be there. So you're going to be opening the assignment called ACT Practice Essay Scoring and Reflection. And the purpose of this assignment is to go over the essay that you wrote and see how ready you are for the ACT essay. And you're going to score yourself, and then you're going to do a little reflection. You're going to kind of look back on your writing to see what you did, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. And I need you to be brutally honest with yourself as you're doing this, and don't panic. If you feel like you did not the best, it's okay. Or if you feel like you did great, go ahead and give yourself props. Either way, I'm going to give you a chance to edit and revise your work this week and turn in a polished essay that will be graded. So you'll get credit for what you've done as a rough draft, and then you'll get credit for redoing it and polishing it up. Okay, so this is what the assignment looks like that you're going to work on today. The first thing you're going to need to do is unsubmit the ACT prompt essay that you already turned in. And you're going to be marking it up, and the reason you're doing this is just to see if you have some key components that the ACT rubric scores you on. So you may or may not be able to find these things. You may or may not have them in your writing. If you can't find them, if you don't know what it's asking for, it's okay. Just do the best that you can. Okay, so I have opened up Sydney's essay just because I went to first hour and she's right at the top. And I'm just going to show you what to do. The first thing I want you to do is highlight the thesis in pink. This should be the last sentence in your introduction paragraph. So right here is the sample essay, and that doesn't mean that you should automatically go to your first paragraph and highlight the last sentence, because that may or may not be your thesis. You need to read your essay and see if you have a thesis. So number one, do I have a thesis? Number two, if I have a thesis, is it my last sentence? I don't know. You have to read your essay and figure that out. Your thesis should basically tell the main idea of your essay, and hopefully it's in your introduction, and hopefully it's the last sentence, but it might not be. If it's not, you can fix that. So let's just say that this is her thesis. You would just highlight it pink. Okay? The next thing you want to do is skim your essay for any transitional words or phrases. According to the rubric, which you're going to look at in a little bit, these should be found within and throughout your essay. So they shouldn't just be the first word of every paragraph. They should be within your paragraphs. Doesn't mean they are. You may have a whole bunch. You may not have any. But you're looking for words. Well, she has one theory. I would count that as a transitional word. I'm just going to skim, and when this was happening, I would count that as a phrase. Okay, so another, I would count that. So you're just going to skim and look for those kinds of things. Next, advanced vocabulary. You may or may not be able to pick out what I would consider or what the ACT scores would consider advanced vocabulary. But we're looking for some higher level words, obviously. So just first glance, when I popped this open, I saw bewitched, and that, I guess it's just at my eye level, that stuck out to me. I would consider that advanced, and it's very on topic, obviously. So I would pick that out. Something that I would consider not advanced would be if you use the word good. If you use the word, I don't know, extravagant, that might be advanced. So you're looking to try to pick out any advanced vocabulary. That's an easy way to up your score, and we'll talk about that more. Next, you're going to look for your counter argument. So did you should have addressed all three of the perspectives, but then you should have also argued why one of them was the best theory, okay? So typically this would be in your last body paragraph. Doesn't mean it is. So let's just assume that this is her counter argument. I'm not saying it is. Let's just assume. You would highlight that in blue. And then I was really stuck on how to word this, but basically you should have covered all three perspectives. So one, you have a counter argument. I'm asking you to highlight that. Next, I want you to make sure that you covered one of the other perspectives and just go through, let's say she says one theory, okay? So she talks about one of the perspectives or the theories here. Just make that text red. And then another supposed cause. Okay, so she covered one of the other theories here. Make that text blue. And then did she cover a counter argument or argue for the third theory? Make that, highlight that in this kind of teal color. Okay, so I'm going to undo everything that I did so that she can actually look through this and make sense of it. So I hope that makes sense. Once you go through and you look for these things, again, don't panic if you can't find them. You can ask a friend for help. That's fine. Then I want you to look at this rubric, and it's not the easiest thing to understand. Okay, but this is how they score you. And I'm going to ask you to try to score yourself. 6 is the best score. So you're going to look at ideas and analysis. Read this box. See if you think you fall in this area. If not, you're going to go down here to the 5. Are you a 5? Are you a 4? Are you a 3? Then you're going to go to development and support. Are you a 6? Read this box. If you feel like you didn't fall in that area, go here. Are you a 5? Then go down to 4, and so on for organization and language use. Okay, again, just do the best that you can. Once you look through the rubric, you're going to go here, and you're going to say, okay, for ideas and analysis, I think I was a 3. Put an X here. When I looked at language use, I had a lot of academic words. I'm going to give myself a 5. I'm going to tell you that probably no one in the class scored a 6 on anything. And I'm not being cynical. I'm just being honest. It is super hard to get a 6 in anything. And we'll talk more about that when I get back. Okay, so after you score yourself, add up your score. Down here, my overall essay score is this. We'll talk when I get back about what the average score is and how you figure that out. Then I just want you to reflect. What do you think your strongest area is? Highlight it. Well, I think I'm really good at my grammar and my punctuation. Highlight that. What do you think you could improve on? Put your transitional words and phrases here. Did you vary your sentence structure? Did you have some long, some short, and so on? So go through here and answer these questions and turn this in when you're done. I can't wait to get back and see you.